The Grizzlies just made a sneaky good signing. As Summer League is just starting to wrap up, the Grizzlies making another two-way signing, and now their last move should be pretty obvious after signing PJ Hall to a two-way contract. And of course, PJ Hall coming from Clemson. A lot of Memphis fans remember whenever he talked a lot of trash against Memphis in his Clemson career. Played for the Denver Nuggets, was playing for the Hornets for the Summer League, now getting a two-way contract. Memphis Grizzlies, Memphis Hustle, you name it. But now PJ Hall, the newest Memphis Grizzly. We'll get to that in just a moment. But what's going on, everybody? My name is Jared Alator, bringing you the latest news and everything else on everything Grizzlies related. And before we get into the content, just want to remind you that 13% of you are subscribed. Thank you so much. You're doing your job. You're following the assignment. But 87% of you, you're watching these videos. And what's going on, guys? You got to hit that subscribe button so you never miss another upload from us. It's free. We're one of the fastest growing Grizzlies channels on YouTube, so you don't want to miss another upload from us. And we're going to get into the content right now. Excuse me about that. The Memphis Grizzlies are signing forward PJ Hall to a two-way NBA contract. His agent of Promondo Sports tells ESPN, PJ Hall, who played 19 games for the Nuggets last season, averaged 24.2 points and 14.7 rebounds on 65.5% shooting per 36 minutes in the Summer League. And again, we remember PJ Hall. Now, a lot of you college basketball fanatics, if you remember, he had all those years at Clemson with Ian Shefflin. A lot of people called him the chef. The chef is cooking. And that was a nice big two-way punch they had there going for the Tigers for a few years. But PJ Hall is one of these big guys that just may need to step up whenever you need him to. And now with the PJ Hall signing, there are a lot of fans saying, well, what about Mashack? If PJ Hall's getting signed, Mashack must be getting like a 4 to 5 year contract, right? Well, I mean, we got to take that with a grain of salt. But of course, with the signing of PJ Hall, they have also waived Zyon Pullin. So the Grizzlies, on July 20th, they announced the signing of PJ Hall to a two-way contract. Terms of the deal not disclosed. In a related move, the Grizzlies have waived two-way guard Zyon Pullin. So Zyon Pullin was a guy that a lot of Grizzlies fans are kind of disappointed in, and not necessarily frustrated with him, but they expected more out of Zyon Pullin, and I think that he had chances. He had plenty of chances to show that he was able to land on a two-way contract at least, but we just didn't see glimpses of him that really proved that he belonged, at least not here in Memphis. Maybe with someone else, but at least not with Memphis. But that will probably open up the door for Mashack to get a two-way contract. Now that the Grizzlies have waived Zyon Pullin, you got to think now, as DeMichael Cole says, either Jahmai Mashack or Zyon Pullin. You got to think, well, with the waiving of Zyon Pullin now, it looks pretty obvious to me that you've got Mashack as that next guy to get that, to put ink to paper. So, one of the details of PJ Hall, 6'8", 240 pounds, started all of his 20 games of his Showcase Cup and regular season appearances with the Denver Nuggets G League affiliate. They call him the Grand Rapids Gold. That's a pretty cool name. Last season, an average 18.9 points, almost 12 rebounds, just a little over 2 assists, over a block in 32 minutes. Increased his averages to 19.2 points, 12.5 rebounds, 2.4 assists. In a lot of minutes, 31.5 minutes in 13 contests. The 23-year-old also completed 19 games as a reserve for the Nuggets, averaged 1.7 points, 1.2 rebounds, only played about 3.5 minutes. And then, of course, he had a all-ACC first-team year at Clemson in the 23-24 season. And, of course, that's whenever Zach Edey won his second straight National Player of the Year award. So it didn't matter if you were Zakai Ziegler or PJ Hall or Mark Sears. Zach Edey was pretty much running through the league at that point in college basketball. For Zyon Pullin, he appeared in 34 games, 22 starts for the Memphis Hustle. And for the Sioux Falls Sky Force last season, averaged 15 points, 4.8 rebounds, 4.4 assists. And the 24-year-old California native also logged 3 minutes over his 3 appearances for the Grizzlies after going unselected in the 24 draft out of Florida. So Young kid out of Florida, expected great things from him, but just did not live up to it. And that's sometimes what it is. I mean, you get into the league and the game is faster. The shot clock is obviously more of a factor in the NBA than it is in the college game. In the college game, you value possessions. And I think some college guys, if we think, wow, they're going to be really good, the possessions matter a lot in college basketball. And the stars, they have plenty of time to make their moves and showcase their talents. But in the NBA, it's obviously tougher. But you don't really get your individual shot to shine. And you kind of got to do more of the little things to get involved in the NBA. If I'm not going to be out there scoring, I got to be out there passing, got to be out there rebounding, got to be out there diving for loose balls, saving balls. I mean, just doing whatever you can to get involved. And I think that for Mashack, he's got a great frame. I think he's got a great defensive frame, great defensive length that can really help Memphis. So I think this is a pretty good move for Memphis to not just get PJ Hall, but waive Zyon Pullin, and probably in place of Mashack. And for that, we'll take a look at some of PJ Hall's highlights for what he did with Charlotte here. So there's Kleiman driving inside, PJ Hall with a nice putback. This is against Oklahoma City. And PJ Hall had a lot of dunks. I mean, he had... And how about this play? Right behind the back. That's probably the best play of the Summer League. And PJ Hall jams it down with authority. And you just see PJ just there at the right place at the right time, getting those offensive putbacks, getting those offensive jams. And you just love to see the hustle, at least, from PJ Hall. And he's going to do a lot, no pun intended, with the Memphis hustle later on this season. So Hornets lead after the news of PJ Hall going down. They say, guys, everyone has to chill for a bit on PJ Hall, seeing some ridiculous shots at Hornets brass for not giving a two-way contract to a center who can't defend constantly without fouling or protecting the rim. Great run in Vegas, and always had the vicious dunk, but we are okay, with a smiley face. So that's a concern, is can he stay on the court for a long time? We just went over the fact that he would play 31 and a half minutes. Is it possible that he could have played even more than that? But it's a very physical league, and sometimes that's not going to go in your favor. I mean, we saw with Zach Edey, he'd get in foul trouble a ton last season. So for Hall, I think he's got to, well, they at least Hornets fans or Hornets lead, they're saying he's got to step up defensively. We just saw, hey, he's at the right place in the paint, getting offensive putbacks, easy putbacks, but maybe got to defend better, protect the rim, stay out on the court for your guys. It's just kind of a disservice you not staying out there competing just because of silly fouls. Now, I don't know if all the fouls are necessarily, quote, silly, but you got to at least stay out there with your guys, with your teammates, if you want to have a chance to win ball games. But that's going to do it for us. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Grizzlies Digest. PJ Hall, the newest member of the Memphis Grizzlies. If you like this video, you can like this video, comment on this video, share this video, comment your thoughts on PJ Hall. And of course, just want to say, before we sign off, 13% of you, thank you so much to subscribe to the channel. We're trying to balance out those two bubbles just a little bit more week by week, day by day, minute by minute. But for those 87%, got to hit that subscribe button so you never miss another upload from us here at Grizzlies Digest. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.